Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Georgina and on this channel I like to show you my life, which includes makeup, skincare and lots of other things. So if that sounds something like you are interested in, then please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button to be notified on when I post a new video. For this video I'm going to be doing a full face of my favourites makeup products. I've done this before and I can't remember which video it was of mine but that I did recently, but I realised a lot of my favourites have actually changed since the last time I did that video. So I thought, and I asked if you guys wanted to see this and a lot of you did. All this makeup I was given like for my birthday or Christmas, or I brought myself. This is all like my current favourite makeup products. So the first product I'm going to be using for today is a colour corrector. This is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Green Colour Corrector. I can't remember what video I said, but I said I was going to show this in a like favourites or something, because if you're like me, I get really bad like breakouts just in general. Whether I do my skincare or not, my skin is very prone to spots and blemishes and stuff. Usually have a lot of redness to cover, and I usually used to use this like Rimmel palette, which is, I've got it here actually. I still do use this sometimes, but the green for me wasn't pigmented enough, and for a lot of my spots the redness is still very visible. Rimmel palette is they're more like cream concealers. A lot of people said if you had really bad blemishes or spots or things that you wanted to cover, to use liquid colour correctors because they've got more pigment in them. And honestly, the first time I used this NYX colour corrector I loved it, and any sort of bad spot I had that was really red, there was like no redness at all, and it was just exactly what I wanted really. For foundation, I never thought I would be able to try, but I got it as a birthday present, and this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup foundation. And the first day I used this, I was impressed with it like instantly as soon as I sort of like applied it. The first day I used it, I wore it for like, I think it was like a whole day, so like let's say 8-9 hours. So for me, I have quite oily skin, and the longer I wear my makeup, like shinier and oilier I get as the day goes on, even when I powder and stuff. But the first time I used this Estee Lauder foundation, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it out without powdering, without like sort of touching it at all. I'm just going to see naturally what my like skin and face does the longer I wear it. And after sort of 9ish hours of wearing that foundation and my makeup that day, my skin still looked like, it looked glowy, but I wasn't like really shiny like I usually am. Makeup still looked just as good as when like I first applied it. For concealer, my new favourite under eye concealer is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer, and this is in C2. I used to use, I think it's the Conceal and Define concealer, but the problem is my eyes are very like sensitive and they get very dry like underneath my eyes very easily. The problem was with the Conceal and Define concealer is I felt like my under eyes felt very sort of dry and sort of cakey quickly, whereas with this Conceal and Hydrate, I think the longest I've worn it is for like 8 or 9 hours, and my under eyes still looked really nice and smooth, and they actually felt very hydrated, which was nice. So if you do suffer with like sort of dry under eyes, or you don't like anything too heavy underneath but you still want like good coverage, then I really highly recommend the Conceal and Hydrate concealer from Makeup Revolution. To quickly show you, because I've been asked this a few times, I've been asked if I've been doing soap brows. I got asked on my on Instagram a few times if my brows were soap brows because they could see my hairs were sticking up. And I've said in a video, I think it was my previous favourites, that I've always wanted to try the soap brow, but I wasn't too sure if it was going to look good on me. So what I did to sort of kind of get the same effect is I used just a clear brow gel and just brushed my hairs up. And that's what I've been doing recently, and I've honestly been loving it, and I think it really suits me. So it kind of makes me want to try soap brows even more. So literally I just get a clear brow gel and then I just brush my hair, all my hairs upwards, kind of like you would with soap brows. I feel like they're not as bold as well, which I think is why I like it so much. But yeah, if you wanted to try this sort of fluffy kind of soap brow look, this is what I've been doing recently. I've just been using clear brow gel and sort of brushing them up myself. And I think it, well, I had a few people say it looks nice on me, so I quite like it. For my eye look today, I realised in my previous like full face of favourites, I did just like a natural eye. So I thought this time around I would do a more colourful eye, so I can show you some of my favourite like colourful eyeshadow palettes. I'm not going to show you all of them because I do have quite a few, because I love colourful eye looks. I actually prefer them more than natural, but I've got two here that I've been loving recently. This first one is Afflano. It's a neon luminous glitter eyeshadow palette, and it just looks like this. It's very pretty. I got this as a birthday present actually. And then the other one I've got is the You Can Be Fruit Punch eyeshadow palette, which is just like this. This one's very cute. This one's good for like traveling because it's only small, whereas this one, I mean this one's good because it's got a big mirror in it, but this one's like a smaller size. And I have a few more, but it's like there's no point me getting all of my eyeshadow palette, like colourful eyeshadow palettes out. I don't really know what look I'm gonna do today. I'm just feeling purple. I don't know why, but I'm feeling purple. So I think the first palette I'm gonna use is the Afflano, yeah, that palette. And I'm gonna use the purple matte that's right there. I don't know if you can see, but it's just the purple matte. One goal of mine this year was to do more colourful looks. I mean, I do quite a lot of colourful looks anyway, but I want to do even more than I did last year, because I know for a lot of people they're either not brave enough to do those type of looks, or they don't believe they have the skills to do those looks. But I bet you do. If you're one of those people who thinks, oh, I really would love to do a look like that but I don't think I can, just try it. Honestly, that's what I always get asked by people how I sort of got into makeup and how I learnt makeup. I'm just self-taught. No one ever taught me how to do it. I picked up tricks from like YouTubers and Instagrammers and like just like people in real life, the people around me, but most of my sort of tips and tricks I kind of just figured them out myself. My best like advice is, if you want to do a colourful look but are scared to, just do it. Just do it. Like if you're bored one day or you're not really doing much, just like pick up a colourful eyeshadow palette. Like this one was off Amazon. I don't think it was much. And this I believe was also off Amazon. You can pick them up anywhere and they're not expensive, and you can pick some really good quality eyeshadow palettes up. Honestly, just have fun with it and just play around with colour, because And don't take it too seriously. Don't press yourself into thinking, oh, if this look turns out terrible, what am I supposed to do? Because even now, I've been doing my own makeup for about 10 years, and I still have those looks that turn out horrible, and I'm like, why did I do this? But you know, that's also the fun in learning like makeup, you know. You find out what works for you, what styles work for you, what colours work for you, what shape works for you, you know. It, like with fashion and most things, you've just got to sort of learn. And yes, obviously for some people learning can be scary, but you know, just it's one of those times where you've really just got to trust the process. And I would always love to see your looks or recreations or things like that on Instagram, so always tag me in stuff like that, because I would always love to see your looks. And even if you're not confident in like what colours go with which, then I recommend, if you don't know like what colours go with what, I recommend watching like YouTubers or Instagram like reels, and watching like sort of tutorials, because then you can get like a good knowledge in what colours could suit you and what couldn't suit you. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm winging it. Going with the Fruit Punch palette and go for like the darker purple and put that in my outer corner. I'm going to be using a neon liner, but I'm pretty sure it was off Amazon. I got it as a Christmas present, and it's just in white, and I'm going to do like a little liquid eyeliner. Eyeliner, not the best, but it's on there, and my whole lashes are now coated in white. Well, I don't know what I've done, and I like it. It's something a little different. Favourite mascara, I have quite a few because I switch up my mascara all the time, but the one I usually always go for is the Max Factor False Lash Effect mascara. I don't know if you can really tell, but yeah, they give me such lovely lashes. For bronzer, the one that I always use is the Makeup Revolution Bronzer Reloaded in Holiday Romance. I have a few, and I was trying to figure out which one was my favourite, and I realised this bronzer is the one I always use because it's nice, because I can either only apply sort of one layer of it and it looks like just a nice sort of sun-kissed bronze kind of look, or I apply a little bit more and it can look a little bit more like a deep bronzed look, and it's really nice, and it's just got like a very light sort of shimmer, which I like as well, so it gives me a little bit of a glow, but nothing too crazy. For blusher, my favourite blusher is the Milani Baked Powder Blusher in a Luminoso, which is just this, just like a coral kind of blush. Blush for me is quite difficult because, like mascara, I change up my blush quite a lot depending on my look. One I always go to, or I also was thinking one if I was traveling that I would take with me, it would be this one, because I know it would go with absolutely any look I did, no matter what the colour or the style or whatever. I know this blusher will go with it. Go-to highlighter no matter what look I do is the Makeup Revolution Highlighter Reloaded in Golden Lights, and it's just like a white highlighter but it's got a gold sheen to it. And like I say, no matter what look I do, this is the highlighter that I know will look good no matter what. For my lip product today, I'm going to be using the NYX Lingerie XXL in XX Pose Me. It's kind of like just a pinky kind of nude. One of my other favourites, which I have next to me, is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Lip velvet finish sort of liquid lipstick, and they are very similar. They last sort of all day. They sort of drying down matte, but when they're on my lips they feel quite creamy even though they're matte. They're very hydrating and creamy and moisturizing, and they last like all day long when you're eating and drinking and speaking. And yeah, these two are like my two favorites, but I'm going to be using this one today because I thought I'd go for more of like a pinky nude instead of like just a nude. Both the applicators of the NYX and the Physicians Formula are very similar. They have just a very flat kind of pointed dofer, and they fit perfectly on any sort of lip shape. And I like to sort of go over my cupid's bow so that my lips look fuller and kind of more like pouty. And it also just smells nice, this does. It kind of reminds me of like some form of sweet, but I can't think of what. Such a pretty colour, and actually, as you can see, it actually comes a bit more sort of browny, but it's pretty much dried down matte, but it's so like smooth. Just fits, like I say, because of this thin small sort of dofer applicator, it fits on my lips perfectly, and it's easy for me to sort of get my sort of pouty lip look that I like to do, because I have quite sort of thin lips, so I like to sort of go a little bit like above my cupid's bow to give my lips a little bit more of a fuller look. This is my final look for today. This is my full face of my current favourite makeup products. I'm really happy with this look. Like I say, didn't really have anything sort of in mind. I just kind of knew what I was using and what I kind of wanted to do, but like I didn't have a plan. And I'm actually really happy with this look, and I think it suits me, and it's all sort of like combined very nicely. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and this final look. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified on when I post a new video. I'm definitely going to go and take loads of pictures of this look because I'm honestly really happy with it. And yeah, so you might see this look on Instagram at some point. But yeah, I'm really chuffed. I'm very proud of myself, very happy. I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.